Time isn't just slipping away. It's devouring you quietly, constantly, without mercy. Every second that passes isn't just a tick on the clock. It's a flame licking at the edges of your potential, burning away opportunities you didn't take, relationships you didn't build, risks you didn't chase, and dreams you buried beneath fear and laziness. You live like you have forever, but you don't. You act like you're immortal, like there's always tomorrow, like your destiny can be postponed, like your greatness can be scheduled. But this illusion is killing you. Time is the fire, and you're sitting in it like it's some comforting warmth, scrolling, doubting, hesitating, numbing yourself with distractions and lies. You think the fire won't touch you, that you can wait a little longer. But every second you waste is a piece of you that's turning to ash. Your energy fades, your mind dulls, your body weakens, not because life is unfair, but because you let the fire consume you while you sat still in silence. This isn't a distant danger. This is happening now. Right now, this very moment, the fire is burning. It's burning your days. It's burning your youth. It's burning every moment of purpose you never acted on. And yet you sit there watching it spread, pretending you've got time. But the fire doesn't stop because you're comfortable. The fire doesn't care about your excuses. The fire doesn't pause just because you haven't made up your mind. It just keeps burning, fueled by your silence, your delays, your wasted potential. Every time you say later, every time you ignore the voice screaming inside you, the flames rise higher. You're not being still, you're being swallowed. Time isn't something you manage. It's something you fight against every single day. It's not neutral. It's not patient. It's not gentle. It's wild, relentless, and destructive. And it's coming for everything you're too afraid to become. You keep whispering to yourself, not yet, it's not time. I'll start when it feels right, but let's tell the truth. You're not waiting for the right moment. You're avoiding it. You're hiding behind fear, perfectionism, and comfort, convincing yourself that someday a magical window of clarity and confidence will appear, and that's when you'll finally act. But life doesn't hand you perfect moments. It never has, and it never will. There will never be a time when you feel completely ready, completely fearless, or completely certain. That's not how greatness works. Growth doesn't wait. Dreams unknock politely. Opportunities don't show up with flashing signs and applause. They sneak in during the chaos, the discomfort, the uncertainty. The right moment isn't a date on the calendar. It's right now, in this uncomfortable, messy, unclear space where everything feels risky and nothing feels safe. But instead of stepping forward, you stall. You wait. You distract yourself with fake progress. You fill your days with busyness to escape the fact that you're scared to start. You call it planning, but it's just paralysis. You call it patience, but it's just procrastination in a better outfit. And while you wait for some mythical sign, life moves on without you. Time doesn't care about your hesitation. The world won't stop spinning because you're unsure. You're wasting a now that someone else would kill to have. You're letting your fears script your future. And the scariest part is, the longer you wait, the harder it gets to begin. The longer you sit in comfort, the more your dream feels like a fantasy. The longer you stay still, the louder the voice of self-doubt becomes. You're not waiting for a better time. You're just delaying your decision to rise. You don't lack potential. You lack urgency. And deep down, you already know this. You can feel the weight of everything you're not doing pressing on your chest, not because you can't, but because you won't. Because it's easier to believe you're not ready than to admit you're afraid. Excuses feel safe, don't they? They sound soft, rational, even intelligent. You've trained yourself to repeat them like sacred truths. I'm tired. I'm too busy. I don't know how. It's not the right time. These phrases roll off your tongue so naturally that you no longer even hear the damage they carry. But let's call them what they really are. They are weapons, not weapons pointed outward, but knives you're turning inward over and over again, slowly stabbing the very future you claim you want. Every time you say, I can't, you cut your ambition. Every time you say, not now, you wound your progress. Every excuse you feed your mind becomes a slow poison that paralyzes your action, dulls your discipline, and weakens your will. You keep telling yourself you're protecting your peace, preserving your energy, being realistic, but you're not. You're building a prison with words. You're locking your potential behind bars made of doubt and delay. Excuses are seductive because they ask for nothing but surrender. They don't challenge you to grow. They don't push you to act. They simply wrap around you like chains, comforting at first, but suffocating in the long run. And what's worse, you believe them. You believe you need more time. You believe your background is holding you back. You believe you're not ready. But the truth is, you've just repeated those excuses so many times, they've become your identity. You've attached your sense of self to limitation. You've turned fear into logic, and now you're not just running from your future, you're assassinating it with your own words. Think about it. If your excuses had a face, they'd be grinning while they gut your goals in silence. They don't scream, they don't push, they whisper, and you follow willingly. Every excuse you give is an agreement to stay where you are, stuck, small, and safe. It's not life that's holding you back. It's not your circumstances. It's not lack of resources. It's you giving your power away with every but, every what if, every self-imposed limit. Excuses are not harmless thoughts. They are daily betrayals. Quiet, constant, deadly betrayals of who you were supposed to become. You act like time is unlimited. Like the minutes you let slip through your fingers are just numbers on a screen. Meaningless, endless, disposable. But somewhere out there right now, someone is lying in a hospital bed, staring at the ceiling, wishing with every fiber of their being for just one more day, one more sunrise, one more conversation, one more breath outside. There's a man who just got told he has 6 months to live. And in those 6 months, he'll beg God for every second that you waste without thinking. There's a woman who lost her child and would give her own life just to go back and live one more hour with them. And here you are, scrolling through social media like your time is a toy. You think you're bored, tired, uninspired, but you're not. You're blind to the miracle of being alive. You don't realize that this moment right here is a gift that millions of people would trade their souls to have. You woke up today with eyes that see, hands that work, legs that move, a heart that still beats. And what did you do with that miracle? You complained. You hesitated. You chose distraction. You treated today like it was nothing special, like it could be tossed aside. And yet someone out there had their last today while you wasted yours. There are prisoners in solitary confinement who would trade everything they have for just 1 hour of the freedom you throw away daily. There are refugees fighting to survive who live every second with urgency because they don't know if tomorrow will come. There are people you've never met who pray for the exact life you're squandering. Your health, your chances, your mobility, your peace, your options, your breath. You've taken something sacred, time, and made it background noise. You move through your day like the clock owes you something, but time owes you nothing, not a second, not a heartbeat. And yet it still gives you a chance. Every single day you wake up is a second chance to do something great. to honor the breath in your lungs, to respect the time others no longer have. But you treat it like garbage, like you can always get more, like the clock is your servant instead of your judge. A dream, you keep blaming the dream. You keep saying it's too big, too hard, too far, too impossible. But that's not the truth. That's the cover-up. The real reason you're not moving forward isn't the size of the dream. It's the size of your discipline. It's not that you're aiming too high. It's that you're not showing up for the climb. Your dream isn't failing you. Your goal isn't unrealistic. Your vision isn't unreachable. What's killing your future is the fact that every day you make tiny, seemingly harmless decisions that slowly destroy your momentum. You choose to hit snooze instead of wake up. You choose to scroll instead of study. You choose comfort food instead of fueling your body. You choose gossip over growth. You choose distraction over direction. And every time you make those choices, you cast a vote against your own greatness. You want the stage, the spotlight, the freedom, the respect, but you don't want the small, quiet, unseen sacrifices that build the foundation for all of it. You think the big win comes from one massive breakthrough, but that's not how greatness works. The biggest lives are built by the smallest actions, repeated with ruthless consistency. You want to write a book, but won't write a single page. You want a strong body, but skip the gym. You want financial freedom, but waste money every day on things that don't serve you. You say you want change, but your choices scream that you don't. You're not being held back by the world. You're being held back by what you do when no one's watching. Your future's being shaped in the dark, in the silent hours, in the boring routines, in the uncomfortable moments you keep avoiding. And while you're waiting for the big moment to arrive, life is quietly being written by your daily habits. Success doesn't knock down your door. It watches what you do when it feels like nothing is happening, when results are invisible, when motivation is gone, and when quitting feels easier than continuing. That's where the difference is made. That's where most people lose, not because they couldn't go further, but because they didn't even start with what was already in their hands. You want a life that looks different? Then your days must look different. Every day, you wake up and move through life like time is infinite, like there's some invisible contract that guarantees you tomorrow. But let me break that illusion. There is no contract. There is no guarantee. You don't know how many breaths you have left. You don't know how many more chances you'll get to fix what you've broken, to chase what sets your soul on fire, to become the version of yourself that you keep picturing in your head. You act like the clock on your life is counting up, as if it's building something, as if it's adding time. But it's not. It's counting down, quietly, without your permission. And you don't get to see how close you are to the end. That clock, it started ticking the moment you were born. And every second that passes is a second you'll never get back. That's not poetry. That's math. Cold, brutal, final. And while you waste hours worrying, hesitating, postponing, pretending you have forever, the clock just keeps ticking. You don't feel it, but it's happening. Every minute you spend doubting yourself, every hour you spend watching others live their purpose, every day you choose distraction over discipline, it's all being subtracted. Your life is being carved away, one breath at a time. And the most terrifying part, you will not be warned when it hits zero. You won't get an alert, a blinking light, a final reminder to make it count. One day you'll wake up and it'll be your last, whether you were ready or not. And all the things you said you would do one day will be sealed away forever. You don't get to negotiate with time. You don't get to ask it for more because you were finally about to start. It won't listen to your apology. It won't care about your regret. The countdown doesn't slow down for your excuses, your fears, or your potential. It keeps going relentlessly, mercilessly, silently. And every second you don't take action is a second closer to never getting the chance to. So now, look around. Look at your life. Be brutally honest. How many years have you lost to hesitation? How many dreams have you buried beneath the dirt of distraction and delay? How many chances have you let die quietly while telling yourself later, someday, when I'm ready? But here's the truth. Later is a lie. Someday is a myth. Ready is a trap. You are not promised another sunrise. You are not guaranteed another heartbeat. And the version of you that's still sleeping inside, the one with fire, vision, hunger, and purpose, that version is dying every time you choose comfort over calling, safety over sacrifice, and silence over self-respect. This moment right now, this very second, is the only real thing you have. It's not just time, it's life. So the question is no longer, can I? It's not even, when will I? The question is simple and final. Will I? Will you keep wasting time, or will you finally rise and own it? Because time isn't waiting. And if you don't move now, you'll run out of it.